Okay, hooray! Hello, everybody. All right, so I'm so excited to be on tonight. I am so excited to share with you guys what Lorene and I have been talking about for the past couple weeks and something I've been praying about for the past couple months. So I know you guys, some of you have probably already seen some of the changes going on in Team Joy, which is now Team Joy Passion. So you may have guessed already that Lorene and I are joining forces in there. But let's just talk. Let me start here um, with my story. I know you guys have heard my health story a lot. I talk about it all the time, and you guys have heard it probably a million times. But and some of you may not have, and I'll share that one day. But I really want to focus in on my why. And I shared my why, like my deep down why, last week with some friends. And one of my friends was like, when is the last time you shared that with the people on your team? And I was like, I don't know if I've ever shared that with the people on my team. So Lorene and I were kind of talking about that, and I shared it with Lorene. And so we both agreed we really want to share our deep down why I want to work Plexus, why I want to own my own business, why I want to brand myself, why I want to make this work, and why I really want to see others fulfill their dreams. So before Plexus, people don't often believe me when I say this, but I could be kind of a snob. I'm an extrovert, and I wanted to and I like to hang out with people, but I didn't always care about other people on a deeper level. I didn't want to deal with some people. I basically wanted to be around the cool people. I wanted to be around my people. I didn't even really want to even get to know my neighbors, because what if I didn't like them and I'm stuck living next to them? Like these are things that actually went through my head. So when Plexus came along, I felt God starting to peel back these layers in my life. And he started teaching me how to really love people, like really love them right where they are, to get to know them, care about their issues, care enough to share about the hope I had found. I would hear diamonds talk about it all the time, right? How to care. You have to care deeply for your people and their issues. And it was a bit of a slow process for this to sink in for me, but it started to sink into my core. So today, I want to do more than just share. I want to impact, encourage, and inspire people. Guys, we only have one life to live. Like, this is something that's been coming back to me again and again. And I feel God has given me this platform and shown me my talents, and he's blessing me, and he's saying, now go live an abundant life and share what I'm doing. I want to do more than just share the amazing products and how they can change our health and give us an abundant life. And this is huge, right? This was the start. This was my vision to begin with. But it's grown since then. I want to impact families and help them see the vision for a family economy and what that means. I want to encourage stay-at-home moms that they really can change their family's income for the better. I want to inspire women to find their talents and learn to pour from their abundance. I want to reach as many people as possible I feel like it's this light bursting from within me, and it's truly given to me by God. I'm simply the light bearer, but I have this huge vision now, and this is why I keep going. This is why I keep fighting through the rough days, guys. The days I have totally failed at being consistent, the days I totally dropped the ball with a customer, the days I've totally forgotten my commitments. I keep going because I know as long as I get back up and I keep moving forward, I am succeeding and I will succeed. And this is what pulls me now, this desire to impact, to encourage, to inspire other people. So that is my bigger why. That's my bigger why that really pushes me. And I want to let Lorene tell her story now too, and then we'll get into a little bit more details. So Lorene, I'm gonna give it over to you.
All right. So I didn't write mine down like I had planned. My day didn't go at all like I had planned. But things were coming to me as you were talking, so hopefully this all comes out okay. Um, I've been to a couple viewings, wakes, whatever you guys call them, lately, and they were older people. And I don't know, it just really, really struck me that there really weren't a lot of people there. And we often, see when there's younger people, maybe more people are there. But I don't know, it just struck me that I want to, at the end of my life, whether I'm old or young, I want it to be filled to the capacity, not because people are there because, Lauren was the best person ever and we're going to miss her and then boom. I want people there sharing how I made a difference in their life, and then they take that and they pass it on. Like I would be passing on a baton to each of them. And they're changing the world in ways that matter. They're changing the world and sharing the gospel because I shared the gospel. They're changing the world and having a listening ear, like what you said. I used to think I cared about and loved people
Mm-hmm.
pre-Plexus, but I think I cared and loved about them as long as they let me do it the way I wanted to.
Yep.
And if they didn't, then I got frustrated and I'm like, well, you obviously don't want my help and you don't want, because I'm a fixer by nature. It's my personality. But I've had to learn how to listen and not fix when people don't want or need. Maybe they need to be fixed, but they don't need it the way I think they do. To just actually look at every single person. It very much resonated with me what you were saying, to look at them as just who they are and not what I can do to fix them or change them. So I don't know how to put it into words. I wish I'd have thought about this more and written it out. But basically, what am I going to have to show for my life at the end, whether I die now or whether I die when I'm old?
Right.
Um, that's, I guess, a huge part of my why is who am I as a person? I have one chance at life.
Right.
And that's something that's really been bothering me now. This is kind of vulnerability thing is I've dropped the ball in consistency with Plexus. A lot of different personal things that I've been struggling with this summer. And my kids have quit asking me when I'm going to go Emerald. They used to ask me all the time, how close are you to going Ruby, Mom? When are you going to go Emerald and get your Lexus? When do we get to go to Hawaii? And I'd be like, I'm working at it, whatever. Finally, I got to the point where I kind of got frustrated and kind of snapped at him because it wasn't happening for me in my time. But they don't ask me anymore. And I got to thinking lately, why don't they? I don't think they, well, maybe they wouldn't say they don't believe in me anymore, but for me, I don't think they really believe it's going to happen anymore. And to me, that's one of the biggest reasons why I need to do it, because I need to show my children when you give your word, which I've given my word multiple times, we will do this. Mommy and dad will work on this together. We're helping people and that's why we're getting there. It's not about the likes. It's like we've had those whole conversations. But am I really going to show my children consistency? Am I really going to show them what it means to keep your word, especially when it's hard? We've had that conversation with the kids. So lately they've been, it's kind of a little tangent, but lately they've been saying, well, I didn't really mean it. I was kidding when I said I would help them. Well, I didn't promise, so I don't have to help them. I just said I would. And I'm like, your word is your promise. You don't have to use the words I promise.
Right.
And, just little things like that in life that I'm just like, it's like God's using them to prick me. Like, you promise to yourself, you promise to your husband, I promise to my kids, I of course wanted it at a certain time, but it didn't happen. But the important thing is, like you and I've talked about before this, is as long as we do the best we can, we love people exactly where they're at, God can do whatever he wants with that. Maybe a miracle will happen and you and I will both go Emerald over the next year. Maybe it'll take 2 or 3 more years. But it will happen as long as we stick the course. And so I guess my why, I don't know if that even really makes sense, but is to be a living example of keeping my word, especially when it's hard, to my children, and to leave a legacy behind that isn't just financial, but people will say, I want what she had in all areas of life. And they'll want to take the way I impacted them and pass that on. And so it continues for generations, if that makes sense.
Yes, absolutely. Lorena, I love that. I love that. And yeah, that's so true. Making that example for our children is huge. And keeping our word. Yeah, we've said we're going to do this, so we're going to do this, and it's okay if it does. I hope it doesn't take another 3 years, but it's okay if it does.
I know.
If we keep going. So let me share with you from there. So you kind of, we've shared a little bit about our deeper whys here. I want to talk to you guys about what I've been praying over the past couple months. I've been asking God to help me come up with team culture. I've been thinking a lot about this. It's something I went back and forth for a while thinking, should I do something with Team Joy? Should I put some, but I knew we had the Team Joy chat with our workers in it. And I kept feeling like I really need to build up a culture. What is our culture? I kept like looking for a word or a phrase, something to develop our culture. So I kept praying about it, and I keep coming back to the word abundance. And at first I really wasn't crazy about it. I didn't think it would really work. I'm like, God, give me a word. And I keep coming back to abundance. I'm like, no, a different word. No. But I decided to just stop fighting that word and look it up. So abundance means an amount that is more than enough, or the situation in which there is more than enough of something. So then I looked up synonyms of abundance, and it came up with generous, richness, plenty, abound. So I thought, our teams, mine and Lorene's, have more than enough support. We have more than enough care. We have more than enough concern and love for everyone. Anyone and everyone that could be added to our group, we have more than enough. And so I kept thinking, just like phrases kept coming into my mind. We can abound with joy and welcoming. There is a room and a place for everyone. We can gather together in abundance of joy, support, and passion. So I started to think about those phrases, and I kept coming back to the word support. And I started thinking about this word, and at first I thought support is it's a boring word. But then I decided to look it up, and the word support means to give encouragement and approval to someone or something because you want the person or thing to succeed, or to help someone or something in an emotional or practical way. So I fell in love with these definitions. So I came up with this sentence: we get for our team culture, we gather together in an abundance of support. And what that means is we gather together with more than enough encouragement and practical help because we want you to succeed. And that success can be in your health journey or in your business journey or in both. So I have fallen in love with that phrase and this abundance of support being our team culture, loving people right where they are and being an abundance of support no matter where they are, because we want you to succeed. We want them to succeed. So the verse John 10:10 kept coming back to my mind. I came that they may have life and have it abundantly. And I'm fully aware that this verse is talking about Jesus, and I'm not saying that Plexus is Jesus, but hear me out here. God has blessed us with an abundant life in many ways. But all of us here have been specifically blessed with Plexus, right? Many, if not all of us, would say Plexus has helped us live life more abundantly. Giving husbands their wives back, children their mothers back, friends or friends again, making families again, giving people joy through health and happiness. We have more good days than bad days, which makes our life abundant. So I've updated the Team Joy page to say Team Joy Passion. Like I said, I've updated our About Us page, and it's included what I just read to you. So I'd love for you guys to check it out if you haven't already. I love the new look. I love this coming together, Lorene and I coming together. And I want to shout out really quick because Tony's on here. And Tony was a key in making this happen, because I was driving to meet up with Tony for coffee. I am not going to get emotional. And I had just listened to a diamond talk about, she was talking about building silvers. She's like, just all you have to do is build silvers. Just build silvers in your business. And I was so frustrated because I was like, how do you build silvers? I don't even know how to build silvers. And I sat down to coffee with Tony, and Tony started sharing with me some things that she missed. Some things that she missed that we used to do in Team Joy. We used to do it in Team Hope. And she started sharing some things, and I was looking at Tony, and all that was going through my head is, Tony's telling me how to build silvers. She's telling me how to support her. She's telling me how to do this. And I cherish the fact that Tony shared her input. And so I want to say that because you guys don't understand how valuable your input is, even if you feel like it might be a little bit negative because you're going, I really miss that we did this. Why don't we do this anymore? Or why do, can we start doing this again? Or I liked that information, or whatever it is. Share that with us, because that pushes us, that helps us know what we should be doing as leaders. And I know that we're, I don't feel like a leader. I just feel like I'm coming alongside you guys and linking arms and moving forward together. I don't feel like I'm leading you. I'm an admin on the group, so I'm going to make it happen. So just sharing that with you guys, Tony is a key reason, because she shared what she had missed, and I started sharing this with Lorene, and I was like, I think we need to develop a team culture. And I had already been praying about team culture within Team Joy, and so Lorene hopped on. She thought it was a great idea, and so we've put together Team Joy Passion, and I'm stoked about it. So I want to dive in here really quick, and Lorene, feel free to jump in anytime. I want to kind of just address this question: how do we build team culture? What's this going to look like? So biggest thing, we're going to be encouraging one another and setting a standard on what we do specifically to make people feel welcomed and loved. How people feel in our group is team culture. That's that feeling when they come into our group, that's team culture. That's because you can feel that. It's the way people treat each other. So what does that look like? What does team culture look like? I want to recognize each other. I want us to recognize each other even in the small things, not just rank ups and PV. Those are so important. But if you have a customer, and guys, I want customers and ambassadors, put them all in Team Joy and Team Passion, Team Joy Passion. Put them in there, customers and ambassadors. Because if you have a customer who has ordered 3 months in a row, give them a shout out. Say something like, awesome job ordering 3 months in a row, Jane. You are committed to consistency, and you're going to rock your health journey. Because, I mean, we say it all the time, right? Consistency is key. And it is. Or do a shout out for yourself if you've met a personal goal. You met your water goal for the day. Share your victories with us. Get in there and shout out to other people. Shout out to a sideline. But celebrate the little wins, because the little wins are what turn into the big wins. So recognizing each other, cheering each other on. Let's encourage one another, lift each other up, not just publicly like recognition. So not the same thing as recognition on the page, but make a conscious effort to know your team and your customers and be encouraging. Maybe reach out to one customer or ambassador every single day with something encouraging. Just choose, one person a day. And I'll touch on this a little bit more in a minute, but seriously consider finding a running buddy. That's another thing Tony shared with me, that she would love a running buddy, someone that is a sideline. So not under you or over you. It's a sideline that you can cheer on and help encourage to meet their goals. And we'll go into this in a minute, but cheering each other on is encouraging each other even behind the scenes. So not just recognition, but that behind the scene, you're going to send a voice message. You're going to send, just a little note or something, cheering them on. And then being grateful for our customers and our ambassadors. This is something I have wanted to do and I have failed to put into action. So occasionally sending a voice message or a thank you card, something with a personal touch of being specifically thankful for your customers and your ambassadors. So saying, hey, I'm so grateful you're a customer of mine and you're amazing and I just really appreciate you. And just send that to them and just, make their day. They could choose to get their supplements at GNC or Fred Meyer, but they're choosing to go through you. Thank them for that. That's awesome. And continue to just show that gratefulness and
can I insert something here quick?
Yeah.
So I am part of an online university for moms called MMU, Mom Master University. And I'm assigned a mentor. And something that my mentor does, and I think she learned it from her mentor, and it's kind of something I want to start implementing more with my Plexus team that I absolutely love, is I got a Mother's Day card from her on Mother's Day. I got a
Oh,
birthday card from her on my birthday.
wow.
An anniversary shout out. Now that's going to take effort, I realize. And yeah, you don't have to, and cards can be expensive. You can get a box of cheap ones or whatever. But who gets regular mail anymore? I don't.
Right?
Just that little tiny thing just was like huge. And she sent me a pretty notebook so I could take notes from, because it is a university and I take classes. So I could take notes, to jot notes in there, just something small like that. I'm like, why don't I do that with my Plexus team? I thought I was good at all those little details, but I can still learn. So
Yeah.
just a little, if you want to take it another step further, find out when their anniversary is, their birthday is, and send them a card. It's
Yes.
just, I don't know. It really made my day. So
No, I love that. And it really is that extra step of personal customer service. It really is. And being grateful for our customers. I love that. I love it. Okay. One thing I just wanted to note here is we're not going to enforce we're not going to force engagement. We want people to pour out of their abundance and out of their strengths, and that's one thing I really want to help each of us figure out. We will encourage you to get involved and get a little uncomfortable now and then, because that's how we grow. But we won't force anyone to do something, because that's not going to be beneficial for any of us. So we're not going to force engagement, but we're going to encourage people to get involved and get involved on Team Joy Passion. Let me see here. Okay. So let's dive in here a little bit more for our builders, which I know that just about everybody here watching this is either, curious about building or is building. And I'd like to focus in on that a little bit. So what we want to focus in on is Lorene and I, for ourselves, please know we are preaching this to ourselves. We need to simplify. We need to really come back and simplify. It's really funny. I'm going to go off here for just a minute. I've been looking, Brenda Martin has been posting, no, it hasn't been Brenda Martin, it's been somebody else, but 7 and 7, it's the seven,
Silver in 7 days or what?
no, 7 suggestions, or the top 7 tips from the top 7 diamonds. So it's
okay.
7 and 7. So number 6 was Celeste Gwen. And Celeste Gwen is hilarious to me. She's just really funny. And so she's our top of the top, she's a double diamond. And one of her suggestions, it was just like this big, it was so little. She said, pick a horse and ride it. And I was like, aha. Guys, there's so many methods. There's so many ways you can do this and you can do that, and you can build your business like this and build it like that. And so does this and so does that. Pick a horse and ride it. I just loved that, because consistency is key. Pick a way to do something that fits you and just do it.
As long as it works. I'll insert as long as it works, because
Yes.
I think I've stubbornly thought I knew how to do things and did the same thing over and over and over and over. And if you're not getting results, you do need to change.
Right.
But if it is working, don't always be looking for shortcuts, which is something that I'm also very guilty of. And so I'm also constantly switching ways to do things to make it easier, and then ends up just losing consistency and shooting myself in the foot. Sorry to Ted.
No, it's so true. And what I would suggest is hold on. Sorry, there was a note that popped up from Zoom. Okay, my meeting now
no longer has a time limit.
No, it now says they're gifting me unlimited, so we can keep talking all night long. No.
Oh, sweet.
Yay. So I one thing I would suggest is giving it 3 to 6 months, but I mean true consistency every single day except Sunday maybe. True consistency, picking away, sticking to it for 3 to 6 months, and then if you're not getting results, then it's time to go. Okay, what am I doing? So anyway, I would just throw that in there, but absolutely right. If it's not working, you do need to relook at it. But if it's not working in 2 weeks, that's not going to tell you anything. Okay, so coming back to pure basics for Lorene and I. So these are the things that we'd like to focus in on: building silvers, and all of us going silver over and over, because this is how we achieve our goals. And I think we can accomplish this by a couple of things. By one, providing Plexus health posts for all of us to post daily. We have to be posting daily for our friends and family to see. That's how I was introduced to Plexus. I mean, who here was introduced to Plexus on Facebook? Yeah. So that's how, that's how that's how we were given access to it. That's how other people are going to as well. So we have to be posting every single day. So let's provide that. Let's provide kind of just an easy way for people to be able to post every single day. And then number 2, help each other reach out consistently to people. We should always be in one or more of 3 stages. We should always be either building the relationship, talking about or introducing Plexus, and closing by helping people make their order and start their health journey. Those are the 3 stages we should always be in, and we should always be in one of those stages with someone. So we're going to have a lot of building the relationship, tons and tons of building the relationship. Then we're going to transition. How do we transition into talking about or introducing Plexus? And then how do we close that by helping people make their order and start their health journey? So those 2 things. So I want to encourage all of us to pour into Team Joy Passion by pouring out of our abundance, pouring out of our strengths. So let's find our strengths. For example, I want to start doing themed posts like Tony had asked about. And this really just resonated with me because she said it was so nice for her to be able to come onto the page, have a post that she could copy and paste and put on her personal page. And she didn't even have to, it was one of those, it took the thinking out of it for her. So she didn't have to go, okay, let me go find a testimony. Let me go find this. Let me then put this together and then I can post it. And then it just took that out of it because someone had already done that on that day, and she was able to take it and put it on her page. And I thought, it's perfect. Why can't we come alongside each other in this and have maybe 2, maybe 3 people on each day, and we do like just a month rotation. So for 1 month, it'll be this group of people doing Monday through Saturday, and another month, it'll be the other group of people doing Monday through Saturday, and do themed posts. And I would love for all the posts to be Plexus oriented, with the exception of maybe Saturday or something. And Saturday can just be like a health post or something like that. But for Motivational Monday, I posted one today and just put the tiny little tidbit. It doesn't have to be a ton about Plexus, but I just put the tiny little tidbit. Did you know that our Plexus products work at their best with water? And then I talked about, getting your water intake and getting motivated to drink more water. So, Testimony Tuesday, Tony is great at those, and she does it still to this day, and I'm so glad. But going and finding those testimonies to where we can copy and paste from each other's work and come alongside each other and have something to post every single day. So finding our strengths. I love to motivate people. I have a lot of energy. I would love to take on a Motivational Monday. So Tony, like I just said, she's great at testimonies. I would love for Tony to take Testimony Tuesday. So just finding what everyone would like to do. The themed days that I would like to do are Motivational Monday, Testimony Tuesday, Wellness Wednesday, Thankful Thursday, Fun Fact Friday, and Simply Saturday.
I love that alliteration.
Yes.
Love the Fun Fact Friday and
That's
Tony's
right.
Testimony Tuesday. Gotta have some alliterations in there.
Right. So I would love, for us to kind of so be thinking about that is what I'm saying. Be thinking about which one you would like to take on. And it's just going to be for a month at a time. So just a month at a time, you're going to have, 4 to 5 days that you're going to go out and find some information. And this kind of goes along with that theme, post it. And then I'm going to use that. I'm going to copy paste. I'm going to put it on my wall so that can be my Plexus post for the day, because I know that that's how people are going to be introduced to Plexus. Okay. I'd like to help each other prepare for the week. And this is going to come back to that. So that's the posting every single day. That was number 1. And number 2 is consistently reaching out. So on Saturdays, what I would like to do in the team chat is work on wording, do like a Saturday wording chat. So in the chat, we all share wording for the 3 categories, the building the relationship. So, hey guys, how do you start off a conversation with somebody from high school you haven't talked to in 20 years? What do you do? I don't even know where to start. So building relationships. Let's throw out some wording for that. Okay, talking about plexus. Guys, how do you make that transition? Can you give me some, I just need some ideas. So we kind of throw in some wording on just Saturday night. I'm going to start throwing in wording, and then closing. How do we have some wording for closing? Then we set up our goal and a note in our phone ready to reach out for the week. Guys, you're going to commit to whatever works for you. Do you want to contact one person a day, 3 people a week? What's going to work for you? So here's an example of a Saturday night post inside the team chat. Okay, guys, I'm going to commit to reaching out to 3 people every day. I've got my list of 18 people for the week and my wording saved to a note in my phone. I commit to posting once a day about plexus on my personal Facebook, Instagram. I'm ready for my week. And so we're going to spend some time. I'm going to try and do that every Saturday evening, be able to work on some wording, throw it in there, and just encourage you guys, throw a note in your phone, put out your people. And if you want to do, 3 people a week, all right, I've got my 3 people I'm going to reach out to. I've got my wording for each one, because 1, I'm building a relationship with, 1, I'm talking about and 2, I'm talking about plexus with. I don't have anybody for closing yet. So you just got your wording ready. You don't have to think about it, because you've set yourself up for success that week. And then you're going to commit to posting once a day about plexus. So that's extremely simple. It's going to be hard to be consistent. There's nothing easy about changing habits and creating new habits and a new regimen and being consistent. There's nothing easy about that. But this is a simple way to set ourselves up for success. And I'm going to start doing this on Saturday nights. Can
I just insert here quick that for those of you that might, like me, have fallen off the consistency bandwagon, you don't have to do 3 people every day. That was an example.
Yes.
The most important thing is that whatever you choose, you stick with.
Right.
For me personally, just because of where I'm at in my life right now, my goal is going to be 2 people a day for 6 days a week. That's going to be 12 people.
Right.
I want to increase it eventually, but I just know it needs to be attainable. Maybe because of whatever your schedule is, maybe you need to do 2 people 3 times a week or whatever. But as long as you do it, it will start paying off and rewarding you a whole lot more than thinking, I can't do 3 people every day this week, so I'm just not even going to do any. Right. I'll do 1 person 3 days this week or whatever. Right. Just it needs to work for you, and then put it out there, because I feel like when I put stuff out there, it makes me do it a lot more.
Yes.
So don't feel like you have to be Energizer Bunny Iris. You can be still Chlorine.
Right.
You can
right.
do
Yes,
so anyway.
Exactly. No, exactly. I want people to figure out what's going to work for them, because this is going to be the compound effect. If you guys haven't started that book,
it goes together well with that. I
yes.
know, it's sitting right here next to me.
So just really quick, I'm just going to bust this out just to give you an idea. Okay, in the compound effect, in the first chapter, he talks about 3 friends, and they're all relatively the same. They make the same amount of money. They're all married. They live on the same block. One of them decides to make one change, and he cuts out a bowl of cereal every single day. So he cuts out the calories of the bowl of cereal every single day. One guy decides to kind of go in the opposite direction, and he gets like a big screen TV, so he starts drinking 3 more beers a day or something like that. And then the other guy doesn't change anything. So the guy who in 3 months, you notice no difference. There's no difference between any of them. There's nothing. In 3 months, there's no difference. But in 6 months, there's some slight differences. The guy who's drinking more beers is a little bit more agitated. The one who hasn't changed anything is still complaining because nothing ever changes, is what he says. And then the guy who's cut out the cereal, he was like, you know what? I'm feeling pretty good that I cut out that cereal. So he decides to make one more change in 6 months. So by the end of it, the guy who cut out the cereal lost 33 pounds. He feels great. He's been reading on his way to work, not reading a book, but listening to audiobooks on his way to work. He's surprised that he has read like 3 books, and then the other guy who didn't change anything, he's just still complaining because nothing changes. And the guy who started drinking more beers is actually 15 pounds heavier. And has no motivation. So that was over a 12 to 18 month period, and they changed such little things that you don't even see it in those first 3 months. Like, what do we tell people when they start plexus? Please give this some time, because it's the compound effect. So that's what I want to do here with these small changes. Let's post every day. Let's reach out to an attainable number of people, and let's just be consistent with that. Let's pick this horse and ride it. is what I'm saying. And so anyway, I don't want to get too far off because I could keep talking and talking. But all right, I really want to encourage each of you to also find out who would like a running partner, and let's match you guys up. Let's play match.com with them, and to support each other on another level. This can be done in the team chat. Just post in there and say, hey, I'm looking for a running buddy. Then you guys interview each other. That way everybody can see who's looking for a running buddy. You guys can kind of touch base with each other. Take it serious. Lorena and I spent like 2 hours on the phone talking and planning, talking about our plans, our dreams, our life, before we committed to, okay, we're going to be, running partners. We went through a lot and, went through each other, our personalities. Are we going to be able to match up? Are we going to be a good fit? How are you at this point, and how are you? And I'm like, okay, I'm painfully honest here. I can totally drop the ball in this. And so just, so that we know what to expect with each other. So do that. If you've get in there and say, if you're looking for a running buddy, put that in there so that people can contact you and kind of start figuring out who would like a running buddy. So I'd just like to encourage you guys to do that. Okay, so really quick, I am going to recap here because I know we've got to kind of wrap this up. I think we've been, on the phone for like 45 minutes. Okay, so first, we're going to start having themed days of the week that hopefully 2 people will take on each day, and we will do a month rotation so that we can all share these themed posts on our personal page, be consistent in posting about Plexus once a day. You don't have to use this as your Plexus post, but I'm looking forward to having this as a resource, guys, okay? We already went over the themed days. Let's see, all posts should, either be Plexus related or have something to do about the products or a testimony or health and wellness. All right, 2, if you want to be a builder, join the Team Joy Passion chat if you're not in there, and join the accountability. Commit to something doable for you, 1 person a day, 3 people a week, etc. We are encouraging to commit to reaching out to people in 1 or more of the 3 stages that we should all be in: building a relationship, talking about Plexus, closing the order. And then keep each other accountable. We'll share wording with each other on Saturday nights and encourage one another to set up our week of who we're reaching out to and make sure our wording is saved on our phones, ready for the week. This is streamlining and simplifying. And then all of us are going to work together and create an atmosphere in Team Joy Passion that is welcoming and loving. We're going to pour from our strengths and create team culture together. So that's it. It sounds so simple, but the key here is going to be consistency in implementing this. And that's where it's going to get challenging. But I'm up for the challenge. I hope you will join me. I am so super excited about this. So please let me know in the team chat if you would like to take on one of the themed days. If for any reason you cannot do your day, if you guys think, I don't know if I can commit to this, but if for some reason it comes up and you can't do your day, just hop in the Team Joy chat and say, hey, life happened and I can't do this, and we will have your back and post for you. So it's not, taking on a theme day shouldn't be a scary commitment is what I'm trying to say. You can handle it, and we're there to support you too. So no worries about that. Okay. That is, we're just so excited about this. I'm really excited to see just how God's going to bless this, and I hope that it just inspires you guys and gives you some direction, on where to go and what to do. There's some great ideas out there, but I think that over the next 6 months to a year, this is what I need to focus on: is posting daily, reaching out consistently, and then just encouraging those that are already around me, and thanking my ambassadors and my customers for choosing to get their supplements through me. So that's where I'm wanting to kind of take our focus. Do you guys have any questions? I know I did a lot of talking. No.
You'll probably think of questions later because we already got to talk about this and think of our own questions while we were talking about it. So we kind of have an unfair advantage.
Exactly.
If nobody has any questions, I do kind of have to go. My husband keeps trying to call me, but I just wanted to end with saying that Iris and I technically could go Emerald by ourselves, but we have no desire to, and we don't want to do it without you guys.
Yep.
So I'm going to say I can't do it alone, and I don't want to do it alone, and I think Iris feels the same way.
Yeah.
And I know Emerald isn't the end-all be-all, but it's where, for my family, it would allow my husband to turn down jobs, so I'm not what I call a work widow.
Right.
6 months at a time sometimes. Um, but just, yeah, we want you on the journey with us. We're not here to boss you around. We're not your bosses, but
No.
we just want to, yeah, link arms with you and just do it with all of you.
Right.
So
And see you reach.
we love the interaction and your feedback. It really, really means a lot to us. So
Yes. Yes.
appreciate all of you who joined us tonight.
Yes. Thank you. All right. I'm going to sign off here. Thank you guys so much. And we will see you in the Team Joy chat, or Team Joy Passion chat. And go
Such a
check out the
mouthful.
page. I know. Team Joy Passion. Team
We
Joy
should figure out a different word. Team
No.
Jason.
I know Thomas was trying to put the words together. I'm like, no, it's not going to work. No, I love it. I love it because it does go. It's a little bit of a mouthful, but it flows. So, all right,
All
guys.
right. Good night,
We'll see
ladies.
you later. Good night.